Hello everybody, running a bit late tonight. Just a bit. Yeah, hey, I was a bit early last night, so it's only fair I'm a bit early. It's a bit early last night, a bit late today. Making sure everything is actually working. Hello Gunnar Montana. Come in. I should be good to appear here. Where am I? Did I forget to turn off the render delay? Or is it just not? There I am. Oh yeah, no, render delay is off. Cool. Yeah, I couldn't think of much what else to stream tonight, so... this. There is an urgent quest going on. I don't think I'm going to be paying much attention to it. I don't know which it is. It might be... it might actually be one of the ones I do kind of want to run.
Which quest would you like?
I didn't pay any attention. Oh, it's mining based. Nope. Nope. Nope.
I look forward to your next visit.
Yeah, I am back on nightly streams. I don't know for how long, if this will be permanent, if this will be temporary. For the foreseeable future, I'll be on night streams. Also, look at those sprouts! Look at these 3 new players! Like, heck yeah, 3 new players, ship 2. That's a pretty rare sight in of itself. Man.
Which quest would you like?
That is good to see. But I'm gonna be whistling with some chaos. I'll be doing just a bunch of stuff really, but
Wish you the best of
I'm
luck.
gonna start with just doing some of this. I'm basically trying to raise all of my classes up to 85, and then I'm gonna start the hunt for all of the Phaleg medals. Hey, rare drop rate. Right away. Because you get a title for defeating Phaleg with all of the classes. So far, my Luster and a Twoll are at that point. I've already done it with Force. So, yeah, I got a lot to go. Legend ZA? I have seen Legend ZA, if that's what you're referring to. I've also seen Winds and Waves, which are almost certainly going to be the next mainline games. Oh, Pocopia, right. Forgot about Pocopia. Yes, I have seen it as well. I do want it. I have $5 right now.
Target enemy reading has vanished. Please proceed.
I have precisely no money. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people really like it. It looks like a lot of fun. This is not an ideal area to be fighting this guy in. But I broke his rings, so...
Please proceed. Getting abnormal readings.
Oh, I've been confused.
Enemy detected. Be on guard.
Emergency code due.
I should really, like, use things other than Red Ran. I do have the new Switch. I have a Switch 2. I had been saving up for the Switch 2, and then my sister just came home one day with a bag from GameStop and was like, "Hey, I got you something," and I'm like, question mark? And then it was a Switch 2. I don't get it. I'm not gonna argue with it, and I'm greatly appreciative of it, which is why I continue to mention it freaking months later. It's actually what I've been using to play the my Master Duel Masochist series on, which is what I was streaming yesterday.
Commencing teleportation to final area. I'm receiving an extremely powerful reading in the area ahead. Good luck.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she does. I freaking love this boss. I mean, look at it.
Emergency. Code. Due.
I just have the Switch 2, but like, I'm pretty content with how it feels in my hands. Honestly, my only real complaint about it, when it comes to like how it feels in handheld mode, is the same as the original Switch. Where it's like, it's not thick enough for my big hands. Also, I will say, I do apologize if my voice sounds raspy or bad. I got sick, like, last month, and my voice has not recovered. I don't know what I was sick with, but oh boy, did it really mess up my throat. So, I've been talking quieter. I have a lot of gain to try to counterbalance that. And have been doing my best to stay as hydrated as possible. Okay. I don't think that's exactly the best place I could be leveling the summoner in. Whistle is much better for gear than leveling.
Emergency mission alert. Special training for all ARC's ops is underway. Report to the quest counter to join the mission.
I mean, like, stuff like this. Okay, this one specifically is not great, but it just requiring 400 dex and being not that hard to get. Someone new to this game, you're gonna end up with 3 of these as your armor, because you can equip 3 of them. And it's just really the best defenses plus other stat boosts you can get. Like, it's a universal 4% elemental and just raw damage resist for everything across the board. Its own raw defenses aren't bad. Like, the solid barriers are, well, solid. I've just outgrown them at this point. But they are what I used for the longest time. Because you can get those solid barriers doing the lowest difficulty of what I just did, which is not hard to do.
Emergency mission alert. Special training for all ARC's ops is underway. Report to the quest counter to join the mission.
It's actually... Let's see. My luster is definitely good. Braver's gonna be the most annoying to work with, because I'm not great with Braver. I don't even have anything set up for Bouncer. I'm gonna need to get Bouncer set up at some point. I'm not good with Bouncer either. It's a real problem. I've been playing a lot of Summoner in my own time, so that's why I'm like, maybe I want to swap classes for now. Yeah, I have not updated this at all. Still have the Stella walls, which you get from just playing the game. Which also, like, these are really good. And pretty universal. They're not as good defensively in elemental resists as the, or even just regular resistances as the solid barriers, but they more than make up for it in the damage increase you get from them. Gunner is going to be the one I'm going to hate doing the most. So let's start working on this.
Feel free to stop by anytime.
So many people. I love this. Get my regular armor back on. Throw the Stella walls back into my character storage. Don't know where I got this from. Put that in the character storage.
What would you like to do?
And then let's update Gunner.
Feel free to stop by anytime.
The Gunner here is very much one of those classes that, like, a lot of people like.
Which quest would you
And
like?
I get it. I understand it. But this is so not my jam. I'll just do a super hard of this to... if I can get through a super hard of this.
I wish you the best of luck.
Okay, this is Gunner Phantom. Only having 6 sub-palettes, definitely. Okay, Showtime is... yeah. This is my Ranger side. So, you do have access to the rifle. As a gunner, you're never using it. You are using twin machine guns all the time. It's literally all you do. It is the reason for your existence, and you are flashy as heck while you're doing it. If you like the idea of being the flashy guy with twin machine guns dashing through the fight, this is the class for you. I am so not that. I don't really need a mod. If I ever do need one, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I don't really need a mod, so.
The enemies that have appeared on each planet. I'm detecting terrain and obstacles that will hinder your progress, in addition to powerful enemy ratings. This will be a difficult battle. We're also picking up a strong unknown signal from the final area.
So far, I'm nowhere near the point where I feel like I particularly need a moderator. So. Missed. I forgot how freaking quick on your feet you need to be for that timing. I am no gunner main. I would very much like to... Wrong thing. Well, I mean, I was trying to... There we go. Missing the perfect timings for that.
Vanish. Please proceed. Getting abnormal readings.
So bad. At least I can laugh at myself for being bad at gunner.
Enemy detected. Be on guard.
Emergency. Code Q.
Ow. Well, I got the perfect timing there. I mean, from what I've heard of that place, that seems like a good thing. Uh, I mean, fair. Where? Oh. Not the most efficient way of getting through that, but it's fine. Nice. Also, you may have noticed or not, there is a new community Discord. You can get to it via the Discord button below the Twitch stuff.
Your souls are mine!
It was just easier than trying to fix up the old ones so that there was no references to my ex still in there.
How could I fall to such wretches?
I had an old one before Long Life Town, Mangled APU. So, if you are in I believe you are in Long Life Town, so you're good. And I do not have any like chatbot commands set up. I should probably do that at some point. Every big streamer does that. Yeah, I don't know where it is on mobile. On Twitch. Ah, I wasn't quite close enough. Murder with extreme prejudice. Let me just... Second... There it is. I also have it set up in such a way that I basically have to give people permissions to chat in there just to, as a way of counteracting any possible harassment from my ex that might happen. Given there is precedent for her doing that, you know. So I will get you set up when I can. I don't know how many of the folks in the old server know, but I didn't want to just post a link to it in there. Which is fair. Yeah, I've kind of already done that. Like, I did say in there, like, hey, there is a new server. You can find it the same way you found the link to this one, you know. Like, I just know a lot of people don't really pay a huge amount of attention to that old server anyway, so. Because, I mean, I was never the most active in there. You can probably tell I'm not the most active in my own Discord server anyway. I really should try to be more active in there. Mon. Lots of stuff to decraft. I am no gunner main. All of that felt so awkward. There you are, gunner. Got you set up.
What's going on?
Which quest would you like?
Should really be doing like triggers. They are much better for experience right at the moment. I mean, advanced quests are the best experience. Well, actually, the forest is the best. I can just do that. Gives me something fairly mindless to run around in while yapping as well.
Which quest would you like?
But no, not a bonus. I wish I had bonus keys. Bewitched Woods. I could probably do super hard, but experience is faster on very hard. Just because you kill things that much faster.
Best of luck.
Okay, so I'm working on...
Get to work, Aurora. Hello.
Right, yeah, I'd been using Marlu a bit before these two. That's why she got her thing first. Now to hunt for EXP up. Come on, game. Be nice, please. Please. No, please. Please. Experience. Game. No, I don't need my PP economized. I need experience up. There we go. Right, I should have broke those down first. Oh well, it's fine. I'm not going to be getting any real loot out of this, so... Put these into storage. Can't use the tri-boost yet. Yeah, I was kind of torn on what to stream tonight. Because I was initially thinking of doing some Tulip, but then I'm like, I just did Tulip a couple days ago, so... I'll poke into something else, and then I couldn't decide what that something else should be. Rude. Very rude. It is always fun to be back playing PSO2, though. I freaking love this game, man. Like... Wrong button. Hey, PSC Burst. Basically what this means is enemies will just continuously spawn around me. One at a time, but it's a constant stream of enemies to kill. I even only launched this game earlier today because of in a server I'm in, there There was some people talking about getting started with Final Fantasy 14. And they got talking about the character creator. Well, more of just like glamours. And I basically had the response of like, yeah, I don't have any glamours in 14 because I'm too lazy. Like, their whole system is just clunky and hard to use compared to like what I'm used to from PSO2 here. Which is also why my character's in a whole new outfit. So my new outfit, why not? I do kind of wish people looking for MMOs would give PSO2 more than a passing glance. Like, because, like, you know, I don't hate Final Fantasy 14. I know with the amount of times I've criticized it, that's probably the impression some people have gotten, is that I hate it. It's like, I don't, though. It scratches the itch for the old school MMO whenever I don't feel like playing Aaron Short. Like, it's good enough for that. A lot of my issues with Final Fantasy XIV just comes from the fact that it's so highly praised by just about everybody. Oh, crap. Okay. Did not realize that was happening. I would suggest starting with regular Final Fantasy games and not jumping into 14, because 14 is a MMO, and thus you're not really going to get the Final Fantasy feel from 14. I just need to avoid the giant flower pitcher. I kind of want to do at some point throughout this year, or at least start, a basically like all the Final Fantasies series where I just stream through all of the Final Fantasy games. I don't know. Actually, the Pixel remasters are, which I believe is 1 through 6. Not on sale, they will cost you a pretty penny. Which I don't entirely understand. And a lot of people consider those the definitive versions of 1 through 6. I'm a little torn on that. Mostly because there's some alternate versions of 6 and 4 that have a lot of extra content. When it comes to 3, there's a 3D remaster that was done at one point. That's pretty good. 14's actually coming to the Switch at some point soon, so that would also be a way of playing 14. When it comes to 14, free trial. Play the free trial. Don't just jump into paying money for it. Because the moment you pay money, you then have to begin paying your subscription every month to continue playing it, and you are not getting through the free trial content within 30 days. I mean, I'm still on free trial because the game just hasn't captured me in a way where I want to spend money on it. Namely because once you spend money on it, you can't just play normally without paying your subscription, which is like $15 a month. I'm kind of hopeful that Sega will release a regular version of PSO2 onto the Switch. There's currently a Japan exclusive cloud version of PSO2. But it connects to the Japanese servers. So if you don't know Japanese, not much good to you. Yeah, 14 is a subscription-based MMO, which is why free trial. The free trial is expansive. There is a lot of content there. So many bosses. And of course it would be that annoying Frick that shows up.
Objective complete.
Completed.
Like, it's one of those games where I would say the free trial is worth poking. And then if through the free trial you're like, yeah, I really like this game and I want to see more of it, then subscribe, buy the subscription, You also have to buy the expansions along with that, which is extra, for me, but the free trial doesn't hurt to try. But even then, I'm in the camp of I still can't overly recommend it. Yeah, I'm in agreement with you there, which is why I have only played the free trial. My standpoint... Ooh. Experience. Love running into these things. Oh, that's so much stuff. Give me. Give me. I kind of want all of this, but I don't have the inventory space.
It's begun. Fight hard.
My standpoint has been where I've streamed the game. I've streamed my free trial experience. If, while streaming that game, I have people show up that are, that want to see me specifically play further and are willing to donate the money, sure, I will buy it. But I'm probably not doing it with my own money on my own time. It's not worth it to me. Especially when I can play PSO2, which I enjoy far more, for free. And if I feel like supporting Sega, I can, and I get some nice cosmetic rewards or helpful things for doing that, but I don't have to, which is so nice. This is how MMOs should be. Especially because, let's be real, the cosmetic sales fund this game. If I were to hop over to NGS, you would see a lot of big ol' biddies and butts and Sega are gooners. And the player base are too. Sega found the best way to monetize their game was anime boobs, and they're not wrong. I mean, MMOs started as a subscription-based concept, because running an MMO is expensive, but in the modern day, we've kind of come to learn that you don't need a subscription to fund your MMO anymore. And like, even Square Enix has a cash shop that they could realistically load with cosmetics and fund their game that way. And they'll probably do that if their number of subscribed players drops far enough.
Emergency. Code. Attack.
Objective completed.
I mean, I definitely, I am definitely right there with you that it is stupid for a modern MMO to be entirely subscription-based. Or even, mostly subscription-based. Because they just don't need to do it. I mean, I honestly feel like, as far as an MMO with a subscription goes, EVE Online does it just the best. EVE Online, you can, 1, acquire your subscription time using in-game currencies, buying it from other players, which gives players an incentive to buy the game time that's not, just for their account, and gives you, as a free-to-play player, something to work towards. A massively multiplayer online game. Think World of Warcraft. It being the biggest example of one. But like, with how EVE Online does their subscription, like, anybody can work towards just earning their subscription in-game should they choose to. If they don't want to work through the grind, they can skip the grind and pay for it to have their subscription. But there's virtually no relevant content locked out from your free trial account either. And whenever you don't have an active subscription, your account just reverts to its free trial status. So you're never locked out of playing the game. The player economy is built around the game time cards, Plex, and everyone's happy. CCP makes a lot of money. The players get a way of getting game time when they may not have the real money to buy it, and everyone can enjoy the game regardless. PSO2 here it has a variation of a subscription that you can pay that literally only just gives you some benefits. There's no content locked behind it, which is another way of doing it. Like, if I were to pay for the premium subscription, can I even see that in here? Actually, yeah, I can.
Check out our new stock.
That was a different tab. Never mind. Does this just say on it what it does? Yeah, you gain access to the premium storage, which is a bunch of extra space for storing stuff. You can use Personal Shop, which is basically an AFK offline shop. Like, you know. And you can buy whatever amount of it you choose that you want to buy. Or you can buy none of it. You don't need it. There's also a bunch of storage stuff. Like, a lot of it's just storage. I've been tempted to get the extra sub-pallet ticket because I could really use the sub-pallets. Having one specifically for my gunner would be nice. Because right now it is sharing one with the ranger. Which would also be nice to be able to clear it for the ranger as well. You don't hate them every night? They're customers. That's what you're supposed to do. I feel like at some point you should just have the ability to just ask him to leave. I know at least around here, like, even if you're actively, like... Even, like, if you're still actively eating after, like, 2 hours, and even in, like, Tim Hortons, they can ask you to leave. And if you don't leave, they can get the police to come and request you leave in their way. But I suppose that is Canada land, as opposed to the US. Oh, hi, Falls Angel. Hey, Luther. So full of himself, he calls himself an angel. Luther dead. Again.
Completed.
That is fair. I mean, I'm a sad old man. I'm just not homeless. I'm not quite 30 yet. I can't call myself an old man yet, I suppose. A few months, though. In a few months, I will officially be old. I was gonna question how Marlu was dying, but then I remembered she's a force techer, that would be why. I mean, have you seen the state of the world? Nothing you could say is gonna sound unreal. Maybe he is actually researching the government. Somebody should. Y'all's government's whack right now. Though I don't want to get too far in on that sort of stuff. I've played Voices of the Void. He might be onto something. He just had his shrimp mysteriously go missing and not be able to explain it. That is something you're never gonna get if you've not played or watched me play Voices of the Void. It's a pretty cool game.
It's begun. Fight hard.
Emergency. Code due.
Oh, there's two of those guys here. That's pretty rude.
Objective complete.
Completed.
It's one of those things. Alrighty. I will wait till you're back before I say what I was gonna say.
It's begun. Fight hard.
Oh, hi, apprentice. No, I would like to target apprentice, please. Apprentice here is easily the hardest boss in this area.
Objective complete.
Ugh. Really good theme to it, though.
Completed.
Apprentice is literally why I don't want to try playing, like, grinding in here on the next difficulty. I don't think I could take on the next level up of Apprentice with Gunner. It doesn't output enough damage. At least to get through it with any reasonable time. Hey, Gemini. Hello, the literal strongest of the Dark Falls. If Gemini applied itself, there would be, like, nothing that could stand in its way.
Objective complete.
Completed.
Which I also find, like, really amusing, thinking of, like, Final Fantasy XIV is, like, hearing of the big bads within 14. And from having played it, meeting the big bads. Literally the weakest of arcs could probably save the day in that universe without a huge amount of issue. And it's not even necessarily a power difference, it's just the technology difference. And, like, the threats that both universes face. Like, within the Phantasy Star universe, the denizens of Omega here might be a little different. But, like, Gemini back there. Or these guys. These are Falspawn. These can literally only be harmed by photonic weaponry. And are comprised of negative photons that corrupt organic matter that they come into contact with. Basically meaning if you are not photonically adept, you can't fight these. You just simply are unable to harm them. Because you need to be photonically adept to even wield a photonic weapon. Because, like, my guns here, they're not firing bullets, they're firing photons. They can't be loaded with bullets, that's not what they're for. So, like, literally, the weakest of the Falspawn could show up in the 14 universe, and it would just destroy everything. And there's nothing any of them could do to stop it.
Picking up a large number of readings. Watch out!
Earth in the PSO2 universe only manages to survive because it has a Xion, who is basically the reason why photons exist. And equally the reason why Darkfalls and Falspawn exist. Because the dark photons that comprise the Darkfalls are the result of photoners, basically
It's begun.
advanced humans, deciding that they wanted to create a copy of Xion, a sentient god planet. And they failed. And Xion just watched them do it and didn't stop them because she was curious. She was basically just curious to see if they would succeed. And then they failed. Not gonna lie, I'm just not shocked by that. I know I should be. but I'm just kind of not.
Emergency code due.
Like, the news that comes out of the US, I'm just not shocked.
Completed.
Frozen. Could I? I've only been pressing the button. I kept getting interrupted as I was pressing the freaking button.
Completed.
I don't know what I was like kind of yapping about with the enemy types in PSO2 here. Like, our weapons would work against regular things, which basically is why I'm like, yeah, even like the weakest of arcs would basically be able to solo the big bads within the Final Fantasy XIV universe, just simply because, like, our weapons are so much more advanced because they have to be to fight the fall spawn. It does sound like a kind of place where you can work and never get bored. Though I say that, the last place I worked, I got into fights with coworkers, so, you know. None of it went past just shouting at them, but, you know. Could have very easily. I've played at it. I don't actively play Overwatch. I was much more of a Paladins person, and now Paladins is shut down, and I don't have the most interest in Overwatch or Marvel Rivals. So I'll probably just go back to TF2 if I go back into shooters. I mean, Team Fortress 2 is just kind of the classic that does everything right, so... I've kind of been tempted to do some streams on TF2.
It's begun. Fight hard.
Emergency. Code. Attack.
I've just kind of fallen out of shooters for the most part.
Objective complete.
And when I do play them, I tend to want them to be, like, single-player experiences.
Completed.
I mean, like, nothing wrong with a good game of, like, TF2 or Overwatch from time to time, but, like, they're definitely not something I can play regularly anymore.
Emergency. Code. Attack.
You did it. Objective completed.
Completed.
So, oh god, Apprentice. I will say, there's no guarantee I'm gonna stay away from shooters in the long term, because, like, I thought I was done with MOBAs, and then I started playing Pokemon Unite, and then that got me back into Smite, so... And I still play Pokemon Unite, so... Recently, I've mostly been playing, like, card games.
Objective complete.
Completed.
Which I have a lot I could say on. And have in my Animal Crossing videos. Because I tend to just yap about anything there. It's a MOBA, so think League of Legends, but Pokemon skinned on the Switch and mobile. It's not bad. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. It's very much a simplified MOBA. So, like, each Pokemon only has 2 moves to manage and their ultimate. Games are hard fixed at 11 minutes, 12 minutes, somewhere in that range. So you don't end up having games that go on for like 2 hours, like League of Legends, Smite, Dota. And Gemini's back. There are in-game purchases. You don't have to make any, though. Especially if you end up really gelling with one of the, like, basically starter Pokemon they give you. I can't speak to the absolute new game experience at this point in time, because they've changed how you acquire new Pokemon. But with enough time spent, you can acquire every Pokemon for free. There are cosmetics that you won't be able to get for free, but they're just cosmetics, so... Get Marlu healed up again. They currently have an event going on to obtain Moltres, and one for Zapdos, but the Zapdos event is ending pretty soon, so probably not enough time for a new player to actually grind it out. But Articuno's coming soon. Not sure exactly when, but soon. It's a game I've liked enough to put money into, so... Because again, like, it's not a bad game. I have definitely played worse Pokemon mobile games. Which, you know, given how bad some of the Pokemon mobile games have been, that's not exactly the highest praise. But, you know.
PSE first.
Really? We're doing more PSC bursts? Okay. I wouldn't mind PSC bursts if there was more actual players here. Because the more actual players, the more enemies spawn. The NPCs don't count towards the enemy spawns. It really wants me to stay in this burst. Jeez. Maybe they bought it, realized they had bought a gas station hot dog, and decided that they'd rather not have a stomach ache and just threw it away. Set it down for the rats, and even the rats won't touch it. It's actually kind of funny. I watch an American streamer, the 8-Bit Drummer, who, he married a Canadian. Like, his wife is Canadian. And he makes mention every time they visit Canada, where it's like, man, the food's so much better in Canada. It's, like, even the fast food stuff. And I'm like, yeah, we have health and safety. Like, everywhere up here must follow the same health and safety standards that every restaurant must follow, and they're pretty strict. Literally, even like the supermarket I worked at has to follow this like restaurant grade like health and safety standards. They don't actually follow it, and they could get in a lot of shit for that, but you know. Like, it's very much why, like coming to Canada, like, even, like, McDonald's will taste different. Because ours is made from different stuff. Though, from having recently just had some McDonald's, man, do they not taste anywhere near as good as they used to. Oh, the chicken's still alive. There we go.
Completed.
Wait, no, I suppose you don't need photonic aptitude to wield weapons, because Sarah doesn't have any. And she can still wield weapons and fight. Hers are specially made weapons, though. So that's probably where that's coming from, of her ability to wield weapons. And she used to have photonic. She was very adept at wielding photons until Luther ripped that ability out of her to build the Claris Craze clones. Story of this game is wild.
Completed.
Yeah, it's kind of, thinking of card games, it's kind of funny how I literally, like, earlier this month got back into playing the Pokemon trading card game. Because literally in, like, 2 days, they're having a set rotation. I literally got back just in time for a set rotation. And as much as Magic the Gathering fans are gonna hate hearing this, Pokemon is still the better trading card game. Now, there's especially one Magic the Gathering content creator I follow who would very much disagree with that because you can't play his preferred playstyle in Pokemon. You can't sit there and tell your opponent, no, you're not allowed to play that for an hour to 2 hours, as you counter everything they do while never actually sending a Pokemon out. He plays heavy blue in Magic, which is just counter. I play a bit of Magic the Gathering. It's not my favorite card game, but it is in my top 3. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is my favorite card game. Pokemon second favorite, Magic third. It's like, I will criticize Magic. I don't hate Magic. I criticize everything. I have criticisms about PSO2. This is one of my top 5 favorite games of all time. Like... I just criticize everything. It's just how I am as a person. Nothing is above criticism, even the things I love. Like, one of my biggest issues with, like, Magic is just... everything is just a good stuff pile. Like... and I've said this, and I've had Magic players argue against this, but when you're playing a color, like let's say you're playing blue, you are going to be playing the best blue cards, and then maybe like 5 or 10 cards that aren't, that are what you're trying to build your deck around. And you would have a better deck if you were to just simply remove those 5 or 10 cards and play 5 or 10 more good blue cards. Like the current like mono green earthbending deck is just playing the best cards green has to offer. That's all it's doing. Earthbending is just the best thing green can be doing right now. Which has kind of been one of my biggest issues with Magic, is it's just like, I want to be able to have some level of creativity in my deck building and not have that completely ruin all of my meta viability. I mean, I'm somebody who pet decks gimmick puppets in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I've taken great pride in beating meta strategies with gimmick puppets before they got their modern support that actually made them kind of meta for like a week. Like... that's fair. I've never touched Commander or Brawl. I play Magic Arena, so for me it would be Brawl. I don't have enough good cards to really warrant it. If I were to, though, I would probably build around Surgata Font of Blessing, I believe it is. Because that's what my previous standard deck was. It was basically a white-green angels built around Surgata. Because she's really good. Basically is a 4-drop with decent stats on an angel body that demands 2 removal spells to then clear my board, which, you know. I know anytime I've played Magic Chandelar, I've always built Slivers, because they just, for their time, they are definitely the most busted things. Yeah, I don't have a local game store, so like it wouldn't do me much good to do that. So
You did it! Objective completed!
there used to be a local game store in my town, but they expanded way too quickly and basically went out of business. But yeah, I don't blame you. Freaking Wizards of the Coast's reprint policy is stupid. Like, I'm gonna say something very brave and controversial. And it comes from my experience as a Yu-Gi-Oh player. Magic would not be in the power creeped state it is now if Wizards would have just reprinted cards instead of making brand new ones all the time. Like, sure, keep things like Black Lotus banned to crap. Never, reprinted occasionally just to piss off the investors. They shouldn't be investing in cardboard anyway. But, there would never be a need to make a better counterspell if they just reprinted Counterspell and kept that in the format. Because then they would never need to make a better one, because then how are you going to sell somebody on a new Counterspell? Oh, you gotta print a better one. Because that Counterspell is still in the game while it's in rotation. Like, it's honestly kind of funny to me how Magic has undergone more power creep than Yu-Gi-Oh has, and Yu-Gi-Oh is a game that is an eternal format. There is, there is one format now. Well, okay, there has been for a while a few legacy formats, but they weren't all that big. They were a couple hundred players at most. But we do now have one alternative format that's not completely legacy, but still kind of eternal legacy format. Genesis format still uses every card except Pendulums and Links. And I really wish they would bring Genesis to Master Duel. It'd be really cool. Like, when Yu-Gi-Oh! Isn't anywhere near as power creeped as Magic, that should really go to show the power of just reprinting things. When you've got a power card, you shouldn't make a better one, you just reprint it. Or if you've got a stupidly powerful card, ban it and print a weaker, more situational version of it. And then reprint that, assuming the players actually play with it. Case in point there is the original set's Raigeki. Spell card, so sorcery speed, free to use because it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Destroy all monsters your opponent controls. That was a little too powerful, so that got banned. They then released Lightning Vortex. Sorcery speed, spell card, with the cost of discard one card from your hand to destroy all face-up attack position monsters your opponent controls. Still saw play. Was still a staple for quite a while. We have reached a point in the power creep where Raigeki is back. It's still powerful. Like, it's not like Raigeki is weak now. It's just no longer a card that every deck wants to play anymore. Because some decks can clear enough of the board without Raigeki that they don't need a card that all it does is clear the board. Given Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards are... They are the resource, so... You know... While in Magic, a free board clear is crazy, in Yu-Gi-Oh! If that's all it does... I can think of multiple other cards I'd rather run. Chief among them being another kind of nerfed Raigeki. That being Lightning Storm. It's more a nerfed Raigeki with an alternate spell attached to it. That's basically Harpy's Feather Duster with a downside. Harpy's Feather Duster is destroy all spell and traps your opponent controls. Lightning Storm says as long as you control no face-up cards, you can activate it to either destroy all face-up attack position monsters your opponent controls, or destroy all of their back row, all their spell traps. So it's modular. I'd rather run that over Raigeki that's singular in purpose. Even though it's a worse Raigeki. And a worse Harpy's Feather Duster, because Harpy's Feather Duster just destroys all the back row with no restrictions.
Completed.
So the fact it's modular makes it more appealing. I should do some, like, Magic Arena stuff at some point. Maybe through streaming it and getting input from people, I might find some cards I could run to try to keep making my Angel deck kind of viable. The last set rotation absolutely ruined my Angel deck, so it kind of killed a lot of my motivation to play, especially because Magic Arena really sucks for free-to-play players. Because, like, the three big online sims for card games. You've got Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel for Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon TCG Live for the Pokemon TCG, and Magic Arena for, well, Magic. Master Duel, doing your dailies, you'll get around 200 gems per day. Each pack is 1,000 gems. Buying 10 packs all together, you get extra rarity cards out of it. So, like, if you buy 10 packs as one big bundle, you're guaranteed a super rare card. Basically being guaranteed, you know, a rare. With a higher chance of getting a mythic, effectively. So, you know, you just save up for 5 days, buy your 10 packs. Keeps your cards coming in. Your cards also never rotate, so, you know, a deck that's viable today will still be playable a couple of years from now. The Pokemon TCG Live, you're given 3 really easy missions to do every day that basically net you 4 to 6 free booster packs every single day, to the point where I started playing earlier this month. I have every card in their recent set for free already. And on top of that, you're given a ton of crafting dust to craft whatever you may want. So, basically, you can just... oh boy. This is another avoid? I'm not seeing a gun. Yeah, it's just another avoid. Okay.
Code. Avoid.
But like, you can just make whatever card you might want. So you can basically build and keep up, even though Pokemon has set rotations. Magic Arena. You get one daily mission per day. That gives you 500 to 750 coins. Each pack starts at 1,000 coins.
Objective complete.
You can't even get one pack a day in Magic Arena.
Completed.
Like, what? Do they just not want people playing their game? Well, no, they want people playing it. They just want you paying a crap ton of money to play their game. And like, the booster packs you open aren't even guaranteed to have entirely cards in them, because you can get wild cards, which are, they are your crafting points. They do have a crafting system. But the problem is, like, they have a very Master Duel-like crafting system where each card has its own token. But your only reliable way of getting them is opening enough packs. Which, again, you're not even opening a single pack per day. So how are you ever supposed to craft anything? And the answer is, spend lots of money. That's how. Like, they literally offer bundles from time to time where it's like, oh, you can get 4 mythic wild cards for $20+, and it's like, Master Duel isn't even that greedy, and this is Konami we're talking about. Oh yeah, I've definitely seen it. Which is another benefit to Yu-Gi-Oh's Eternal format. If Konami were to ever try doing Universes Beyond, and the players really didn't like it, we could just skip it. Like, we have the ability to just skip things. Like, with Yu-Gi-Oh, we had for a while Tearlaments format. Named such because the only viable deck was Tearlaments. That didn't stop people from playing other decks, though. And they would just fine-tune their pet deck to counter specifically Tearlaments. Which basically just involved a lot of preventing your opponent's cards from ever reaching the graveyard. Because Tearlaments as a deck was, if one goes to the graveyard, mill 3 cards from the top of your deck, then fusion summon a Tearlament from your extra deck, by shuffling materials in your graveyard back into the deck. And because our deck sizes are 40, there was 9 of them in total in your deck, like 3 cards that you were playing 3 copies of, because that's our limit, you can play max 3. That basically meant every single mill was probably hitting a Tearlament. Which is why this was such a meta-defining deck, and is widely still considered, years later, the strongest deck ever made in Yu-Gi-Oh! Every card from that deck is still on... Every powerful card in that deck is still on the ban list in some capacity, and will probably never come off of it. Personal opinion, they honestly need to hit it harder, because it is still a viable deck, heavily banned. Oh, Heinel. Like, the people who just really didn't like Tearlaments just didn't play them and just kept playing the game anyway. And it's not like you need Tearlament cards to make your decks work, because our decks are built around archetypes. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is very much like old Magic design. You know, like how all your slivers work together. That's how a Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck works. Tearlament may as well be Sliver, you know. It's nice, and it keeps cards from being a problem that everybody needs to have it.
Completed.
Which, you know, I feel like Magic would really benefit from right now, with the amount of people who really do not like Spider-Man, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, even Avatar, Final Fantasy. They just don't want to play with those cards. Like, I can't blame them for quitting the game, because with how generic everything is, like, if you want to play mono green, you're playing Badger Mole Cub. That's what you're doing. It is a 2/2 for 2 that makes another 2/2 when you bring it out, and causes all of your mana dorks to tap for double mana. Like, at least I think it makes it might make it 1/1. But still, it's like 3/3 or 4/4 worth of stats for 2 that also doubles all of your mana dorks' mana generation while creating you a mana dork, because it animates one of your lands with earthbending. Like, it is just the thing every green deck is going to be playing. Even if they're not doing mono green landfall, a deck containing green and mana ramping is going to be running Badger Mole Cub, because it just makes your ramping better. You have to play it because it's the best green card available. Like, Magic would benefit from, 1, cards being reprinted, just for 1. 1, it would make the game cheaper. 2, it would help them really curb their power creep problem. And 2, they would really benefit from proper archetypes. Like, from watching, like, Covert Go Blue and Tolarian Community College, like, I know that there are technically archetypes to Magic. Like, you get, like, Is It? That is technically an archetype. Mixing red and blue is technically an archetype. But I wouldn't call that an archetype. I would call Sliver an archetype. Cards that specifically say, hey, this works with only other cards of this name. Honestly, if you're doing it via Mana Dorks, Badger Mole Cub. Like, you could have Llanowar Elves, which would give you some green ramping. Birds of Paradise, I believe, is any color of mana. There's a bunch of the Murs that give mana. Badger Mole Cub would mean every 1 mana they generate, they instead generate 2. This would also apply to I believe, anyway, that this would also apply to cards that, like, you have to pay 1 mana to generate 1 mana of any color. This would, in theory, Badger Mole Cub, assuming it's a creature, would then cause them to generate 2 mana, so you're paying 1 to generate 2. I mean, it should. I don't see why Badger Mole Cub wouldn't work. Like, hold on, give me a second here. I need to open another tab on Firefox so I can still see my chats. Okay, no, it just adds an additional green. I thought it doubled all the generation, but it adds an additional green. So it'd be whenever you tap a creature for mana, you're generating an extra green mana just every time. Me. It's this folder. There it is. It's like, this is the card I'm talking about. It's from the Avatar set. And yeah, it's a mythic. It's also like $40. So like if you had any creatures that tap for mana, Badger Mole Cub says they now tap for an additional green. The Earthbending of 1 turns one of your lands into a creature, so if you were to, say, turn a mountain into a creature, now every time you tap that mountain for the red mana, you're also making a green mana. Like, kinda busted. There it is. I must have deleted the wrong image. So like, and again, like Birds of Paradise in of itself, I believe taps for any color. Now I'm gonna have to check that because my brain is like, no, it taps for green. But no, I'm pretty sure Paradise is any color. Land of War Elves taps for green, which Badger Mole Cub then makes it tap for 2 green. Which, if nothing else, could be 2 generic mana, that part of any mana cost. Okay. Yeah. Birds of Paradise, 1-drop flying, 0/1. Tap to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. It is 1 green, but a lot of the mana dorks are green, so... Alongside Badger Mole Cub, that could be a black and a green. If you were playing one of the 2-cost black slivers that's black and a colorless, there's all of the payment. There's your mana to cast it. Casting your big 5-color one, that would be 2 of the colors you need for that. Just from Birds of Paradise. Green and whatever else you might not have yet. You know. I make no promises that that is the most efficient way of getting there. I'm pretty sure Commander has some moxes that are just free and provide mana for your commander. Those might have got banned, though. I know there's a bunch of artifacts that get played in Commander that just add mana for casting Commander stuff with. But that would necessitate your commander having colorless, because I believe they're colorless. Again, I don't play Brawl or Commander, I'm just going off of what I've heard from CGB and Tolarian Community College. You know, I think I'm just gonna head to the exit. Oh, a lot of money I left there. It's one of those things with this map where, you know, all these things I've been fighting have been, like, pretty tough. Then you get to this area. Fancy teleport ring.
It's begun. Fight hard.
Giant castle.
Your Majesty.
It just dealt one. One of its arms broken. Oh no. I mean, its big slam's hurt, but there's both its arms broken. Now we climb the big castle. And it's dead. I would be so sketch about doing that, because I'd be worried about people stealing it.
Objective complete.
That's just me. Am I not entertaining enough? I know I'm not. You know, don't worry about it. Just joking. Ah. Good job, Anna. Too bad I don't actually need that anymore. But it's fine, I might need one again in the future. Ding materials. Yeah, I'm just teasing. I gotta tease from time to time. That is fair. I will be here for probably another 3 hours, though. Oh, the sprouts are moving. Well, the sprouts could just be in stuff at the moment. It's still really nice to see sprouts. For those who don't know what I mean by that,
I'm expecting you.
ooh, there's a beefy lad. That man is
I've been
a
expecting
beefy
you.
boy. Someone new to a game like this will probably have a icon next to their name that is like a little plant sprout. May as well just turn that in.
Drop by anytime.
Hey, Rappy Fever Key. That will probably get me my level.
Which quest would you like?
So I'll have gained 1 level in 2 hours. Leveling past 75 takes so long. Getting to 75 takes about as long as getting from 75 to 80. Because 75 used to be the level cap. And then they increased it. And then they increased it again. And then again. And again. And there was multiple years between each of these increases, so, you know. I have a schedule on the Discord there. Basically, every day except Wednesday is the plans. It is subject to change based on just how I'm feeling, but basically every day except Wednesday. I have the 1 day off. Which I feel is pretty reasonable. Also, the goal is 5-hour streams. I don't always make it there, especially since getting over whatever illness I had last month, because, I mean, I literally can't even talk at the same volume I had before getting sick without my throat just being in immense pain. So, not fun. Would not recommend whatever I had. When I was streaming days not long back, the main reason why I had Wednesday as an off day was there's a friend I made in the 8-Bit Drummers server that streams like at a kind of awkward time for me on Wednesdays, so it was just like, you know what, I'll just take Wednesday off. I had for a while been planning on taking, I think it was Monday I had off. But then it's like, yeah, I cannot work with this Wednesday time. That's nothing against them, like, it's just the day they can stream, so like, I'm fine with that. Like, but hey, that got me my level.
Welcome back.
Actually wonder, Reza,
Nice to see you again.
I need to defeat a Fang Banshee. I should get around to that.
Later.
Reza is
What would
best
you
girl.
like to do? free to
Right.
stop
I need
by
to defeat a Fang Banshee. So check
Welcome.
titles. An avid dismantler and a transcendent dismantler.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Where is my inventory being filled from? Oh right, I picked up all these. Doop, doop, doop. Put these into character storage. Oh Jesus. Yeah, those would also do it.
Which quest are you up for?
Is there a sub-quest for a Fang Banshee? I don't think there is. I think I'm gonna have to do the whole last expedition. Yeah. Forest. Super hard. Soup or hard? I'll take soup. I do need some coffee really quick. So before I hop into this, I'm going to BRB, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. And I'm back. Apologize that took a bit longer than I normally would take. I stopped to grab something to munch on as well. And stretch, because stretching is important.
Only 'cause I've got nothing else to do.
Time to get to work, Aurora.
Love to get EXP up, but I'll just sell for this, because I just need the Fang Banshee defeated. So I'm probably going to rush mostly through this just to defeat the Fang Banshee.
You bothered to call me, so I bothered to fight.
I probably need straight up, but I'll try this way. Yeah, I need it straight up.
Message incoming.
I always forget that it's Brigetta that does the alert messages on Navaris. It's because Navaris is literally the first expeditionary area, and she is like the newbie handler. Sarah's just over here punching Rappies, and you know, I can't blame her. I would also punch a Rappy. Rappies are the most consistent thing within the Phantasy Star canon, which has me believing that Rappies are actually the cause of everything wrong. They are the root of all evil. Especially where they never die. They always just run away. And I do not believe that is a coincidence. I believe that Rappies are the true evil. Yeah, I'd had the idea to try doing like a masochist series like I'm doing with Yu-Gi-Oh! With like Magic Arena or the Pokemon TCG. Neither of them give you enough currency to actually do a masochist series. The closest I would be able to get is just doing like a free-to-play series. Which I might still do. Because I went through the effort of making a second frickin' Wizards of the Coast account. I may as well put it to some level of use. I need to actually finish getting through the frickin' tutorial, but I could see some sort of like free-to-play packs only challenge. It's like no crafting. I could also see that being just absolutely painful. Like Magic is just not designed for that sort of deck building. But I mean the structure decks are a thing. I would have to limit myself from playing the structure deck mode, because otherwise I would just play that for everything. Because at least there it would be, you know, even footing. Both players are using a structure deck. Honestly, the starter deck challenge thing on Arena is how I do most of my dailies, because it's just impossible otherwise. I don't have the cards. And this is after having literally spent, like, geez, how much was it? I think it was like $60 on a 50-pack bundle of the Final Fantasy cards. I just don't have the freaking cards to actually do daily challenges.
Excellent job.
Nice to see you again. I'm having
More fish rations from Reza. Wait, I should claim the other one. There it is.
What would you like to do?
Their obituary are ours. Reza doesn't care which she reads. She just wants to read one of them. I don't know where to put my points at the moment. I'm too lazy to stop and look into that. I have some cake I want to eat, so we're just gonna chill and chat while I eat some cake. Because cake. Yeah, I want to do things with more card games, because I have been really enjoying playing card games again. And I am thinking that, like, doing possibly, like, a free-to-play challenge with Magic Arena could be something fun. The problem there is there's so many cards in Magic that frustrate me so much more than anything in, like, other games. Like, Duress. Duress is such a frustrating card. Even more frustrating hearing, like, players be like, oh, but it's a 1-for-1. I mean, yeah, technically it is. Technically it is a 1-for-1. You are spending your 1 mana on Duress to look at my hand, gain hand knowledge of everything I'm doing, which tells you where you need to spend your removal, or counter spells if you're blue-black. And you get to rip my best card from my hand. So if I have a card that really is gonna screw you over, you just rip that out of my hand. Like, I don't know why Magic players seem so determined to keep their degenerate hand ripping, but, you know. And I know it's kind of a joke for, like, CGB anytime he's, like, evaluating a Yu-Gi-Oh card that, like, oh, your opponent shows their hand. Oh, it's busted, broken, because hand knowledge. It's like, yeah, hand knowledge is very important. And, like, even in, like, Magic, hand knowledge is invaluable information. There's a reason we play with our hands concealed. Because, like, yeah, if you're playing a blue deck, well, are you gonna just shotgun your counterspell against that first thing that looks like a threat? Or if you know they have a bigger threat, are you going to just hang on to it for that? Because, well, you can deal with that smaller threat other ways. If you don't know they have the bigger threat, you might just shotgun your counterspell against the smaller threat, and now your opponent has successfully baited you out and you've lost. Like, hand knowledge is... that's why it's important. That's why a lot of cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! That not only discard a card from the opponent's hand, but let you look at it, are banned. Because once you know what your opponent is doing, any deck can stop them. Like, Crusadia, the biggest, punchiest deck to ever big and punchy. As in, they're routinely smacking you for 20 to 30,000 damage. They can still set up a negate. And if they know exactly what to negate, they're gonna punch you and win. Like... which, you know, it's why hand knowledge is so important in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, hell, even in Pokemon, I would kill for some hand knowledge cards that do other things. There might be some that just reveal the opponent's hand, but they don't do anything else, so I haven't seen them. But, like, knowing what my opponent has in hand would change my decision making a lot of the time. I've been running a Mega Frostlass EX deck. If I know my opponent has a lot of ways to, one, empty their hand, I know I need to start building a Frostlass to use Absolute Snow because I can't use its first attack, really. I'll get the one big punch from it, my opponent will see that it deals 50 more damage for every card in their hand, and they're going to empty it right away. By that same token, if they have something that I know will just dominate Frostlass, I need to ensure that one big hit is going to go on that thing. So if they're sitting there with like a, I don't know, Mega Feraligatr, and I've already taken some damage, and they've got a Totodile and a Rare Candy in hand, but they just played that Totodile, and they've got the Mega Feraligatr and Rare Candy in hand, yeah, I'm going to, even if I could take more prizes KOing something else, I'm going to be curb stomping that Totodile, because I need to keep them off of the Mega Feraligatr that is going to one-shot my Mega Frostlass. If they don't have that, or a way of searching into it, I'll just take the more prizes. Hand knowledge changes your decision-making. Which is why I really very much dislike the Magic cards that are predominantly black hand rips. Duress and Deep Cavern Bat are prime examples. And all the Magic players who are like, oh, but they're 1-for-1s. Nobody would play them if that was actually the case. They are one for your best ones. That's the thing. And I swear, every time I go back playing Magic, within my first, like, 2 to 3 duels, I'll encounter somebody playing mono black hand rip. And just wish that all of those cards were banned. But, you know, me having a problem with it is just a skill issue on my part, apparently. It's not, you know, the cards actually being busted, even though they see play constantly in meta decks, which would indicate they're kind of busted. I mean, a meta black deck is not going to be playing them if they're not good. I think you can just see the trailers going on up there. Well, the trailers, the openings. That's what's playing on the big TV up there on the wall. And that one right there is the first look we got at a Twol. We'd already had Phantom and Hero. And that was a Twol showing up. as well as buffs to the AIS. I'm already thinking of like what I'm gonna stream tomorrow, and I'm actually kind of feeling more Master Duel Masochist. Which, for those who don't know what I'm referring to when I say Master Duel Masochist, basically that is playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, where your account starts, you open 10 Master Packs, which contain literally basically every card in the game. There is over 10,000 cards in that pack. You build a 40 card deck, or 60 if you feel like it, out of those 80 cards you get from your 10 Master Packs. Because it's 8 cards per pack. You then go play on the competitive ladder. Every time you win, you get to open one more Master Pack. The goal is reaching a high rank. My goal is just simply to reach Platinum. I might aim for Diamond if I can get to Platinum. I'm never making it to Master, and I know that. If I can get to Platinum 1, I'll be happy. My record so far, I believe, is Silver 1. Which I'm not far off of again. I actually forgot that Khosrow was in some of the trailers. It's probably why some people like him so much. I don't like Khosrow at all. In my mind, he never redeems himself. Yo! The first look at Bravers. Pretty good introduction to them, having EO be how you're introduced to them. I know I just said Reiza's best girl, but EO's actually best girl. I was like joking on stream that Reiza's best. I mean, Reiza is like my second favorite, so, you know. Thank you for subscribing on YouTube, Marionic. Assuming you're on the stream. Because that could have just been somebody subscribing in general. Which is why I probably shouldn't have that as a notification, an alert, but it's fine. What you thinking of? I should really mention this stuff more. I'm really bad at being a content creator. If you like what you see and you do want to support me, you can throw exactly $1 basically at me on YouTube to become a YouTube member. You don't get anything for it, but I'll thank you, and you'll have my gratitude. I literally have that tier priced as cheaply as YouTube will allow me, just so literally anybody can throw $1 at me. I make 69 cents from everybody who is a member at that lowest tier, so it's pretty nice. Okay. Let's see what to do. I'm kind of done playing Gunner for now.
What would you like to do?
I don't like Gunner. I don't like Gunner at all.
Notice. Signs have been detected on Omega. We're going to need your assistance, so get ready.
Ugh. That's probably Castrum Demonica. I'm pretty sure that's Castrum Demonica. Which is not a fun one. Let's see. I play my hero. Don't like hero much either. know what?
Feel free to stop by anytime.
Is that a better bat than what I'm wearing? Yes.
What would you like to do? Feel free to stop by anytime.
Oh, let's go get my face kicked in a little bit, shall we?
Which quest are you up for?
Oh.
There you are. I had a feeling you would swing by.
I'm here to have my face kicked in.
This place is a specially prepared area for us to fight in. It's fully sealed off. There's absolutely no need to hold back. You know what that means, right? As long as we're here, we can both fight with our full power.
And yet she's still gonna hold back.
The time I saw you, I knew you'd be the one who can stand up to this power of mine. There are no prizes or rewards. All that awaits the winner of this battle is prestige and the title of champion. This body is the end result of a continuous refinement since the dawn of time. Would you like to see what it's capable of?
For those who don't know the story of this game,
Let's begin.
Phaleg here is Eve of Adam and Eve.
I have you now.
Code.
Missed.
You won't escape.
No, I
How
didn't.
do you like that? You won't escape. How do you like that? I have you now. Are you done? I could run circles around you. There? How do you like that?
I'm dead. Oh no. Luster time saved me. Yeah, there we go. That's gonna happen a lot.
I have you now.
Emergency. Code.
You won't escape. How do you like that? I have you now. There? How do you like that? I have you now. There? How do you like that?
You know, I should really just be using this.
I could run circles around you. There? How do you like that? I have you now. There?
Now, already used the luster time. Boo. Ah. I would like to scroll the chat so it's where it should be, but...
I have you
I
now.
messed that up.
Code.
There? How do you like that? I could run
I was doing that
circles
so
around
well
you.
before.
I have
I'm
you
dead.
now.
Yep.
Are you done? I could run circles around you. You won't escape.
No, I won't, because I messed up my timings. Ugh.
Fail.
I have you now.
Emergency. Code.
There? How do you like that? I have you now. You won't escape. How do you like that?
Yep, messed that up.
Circles around you.
This is not an easy fight. By any even remote definition. Like... Phaleg is humanity perfected and is demanding that of you. Okay. Wouldn't be so bad if she wouldn't nerf the crap out of your healing items. Diamate should be about 50% HP recovered. Trimate is supposed to be 100%.
Have you now.
Emergency. Code.
In here, it's not.
How do you like
Trimate is about a third of your HP.
I have you now. You won't escape. How do you like that? Are you done? You won't escape. How do you like that? I have you now. There? How do you like that? I have you now. There? How do you like that? I have you now. You won't escape. How do you like that? You won't escape.
I'm dead.
How do you like that?
It's just that quick. One mistake and it's just over. That's just Phaleg though. I don't have my drink. It's fine. Not gonna matter. The extra HP buffer is not gonna matter.
you now.
Emergency! Code! You!
I have you now. Are you done? I have you now. Are you done? I could run circles around you. You won't escape. How do you like that? I have you now. There? How do you like that? You won't escape. How do you like that? I could run circles around you.
Ah.
Failed!
I didn't expect to actually get through that. Phaleg demands a level of perfection I don't have out of... Whew.
What would you like to do?
The beefy people have found this game, it seems.
Feel free to stop by anytime.
I thought I'd only see stuff like that in, New Genesis. There is something I can do that I've been kind of putting off doing that I probably also can't succeed at, but that's fine. Is it in here? No. I don't have the level 90 subclass yet. I could try this as my luster, though. I wonder what level of this I'm on.
Good luck.
I can buy healing items on the ship. I'm gonna need more trimates. $20. Let's go for 21. 21.
Emergency! Code! You!
This should get me to...
Omega is currently in progress. I hope you'll all work together to halt its reign of terror.
this. Yeah, dodged out of it. Okay, I think he's gotten immune to half of this. Yeah, it's only the light half dealing damage. don't think he can ever become immune to light damage. Oh no, he can. Never mind. That was rude. I was locked onto you and everything. This can still charge those, I think, right? No, doesn't look like it. Okay, never mind. This can, though. There he goes.
Completed.
His ability to become immune to my attacks is really unfortunate. Especially where all he chops is garbage. Well, let's see. What battle on Omega is this?
Which quest would you like?
Castrum Demonica. Yep, I was right.
I look forward to your next
I
visit.
want nothing to do with that. Could do Divide Quest.
I look forward to your next
You know, I'm gonna go turn in all my freaking casino tokens. Because there is a casino. Due to YouTube rules, I won't actually be touching anything in the casino outside of this, but, you know. Because YouTube is very touchy at times about anything gambling related.
We're practically giving away money at the casino today, so get in there and win big.
This is a pretty nice time killer, though. Back when this game was made, back when games actually still just had casinos in them. You basically can't lose coins here, and you can only spend casino coins here. You can't spend anything but that. And you can actually buy premium currency here with it. Which is neat.
Congratulations. Drop in again sometime.
Right, that's a teleporter. I need this one. I'm feeling where my throat is really scratchy today. I feel like I went too long yesterday. I think I'm gonna end things a little early today. Come over here and chill by EO. Best girl. I know this is like a couple hours early from where I want to be, but my voice is still not where I want it to be. So I'm gonna find myself a raid target here on Twitch. But that's gonna be it for today. Anyone I'm following live? The cake is still live. Or, nope, no he's not. Man, Twitch. Twitch, you are having problems. I'm gonna refresh my stream manager page because it's telling me a lot of people are still live that aren't. Marine mammal rescue's still there. It is a marine mammal rescue, which is a pretty cool thing. So many people doing NGS. I'm actually quite happy seeing that. I mean, there's virtually no one watching them, but... it's nice to see. I'm just gonna raid the Marine Mammal Rescue again. It's a pretty cool place. Chill otters. Who doesn't like chill and otters? So, if you'd like to join the raid, feel free to join. If you're on YouTube and would like to join in, just hop on over to the Twitch page. It's in the description. But that's it for today. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully I'll see you back here tomorrow for probably more Master Duel Masochist. See you then.